Hello?
Hello, welcome.
Hello. Hey, no technical difficulties this time.
Well, it's still
Sorry.
early.
Yeah, no, I was going to. Yeah, I've just screwed the whole stream up, haven't I? Right. So we've got another game.
Game
This
9.
it's the penultimate game of the season. The game which is going to set the stage for the big finale.
And it's still quite close when you look at the teams. Lime creeping into the mix a little bit as well, but there's still 4 teams neck and neck. In reality, only 2 points split in the tops, which are Red 33, Sky Blue 33, drawing tied first place. Closely followed Orange 32, and then Purple 31. Lime trailing on 25 and Dark Green on 19.
You can cut the tension with a knife.
Will we get a wipe?
Will we get a wipe? Well, the odds suggest yes. No, the odds suggest no, but I would say what? It's probably 40% chance that there's going to be a wipe today, based on the number of games we've had and the number of wipes we've had this season. Probably about 40%, I would think.
Everybody loves watching a wipe.
Everybody loves watching a wipe, apart from the team that gets wiped. I feel like we should say that.
They don't like watching it.
No, they don't. They don't like getting wiped.
And we are off.
And we are definitely off. There is the stream. Yes. Right. What have we got?
Have red top left, sky blue bottom left, iridescent left, dark green bottom right, purple right hand side, orange top right.
Dark green won the previous game. Was a massive improvement from the rest of the season.
Huge improvement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look,
didn't get the credit they deserved from that, for being honest.
No, I think it was overshadowed a little bit by the shock of red and their wipe, which kind of took a little bit of the glamour off Dark Green's incredibly well-deserved win for that game.
Yes, and I'm going to switch our attention because Sky Blue are off like a rocket.
As are Purple.
Thank you. Purple are off like a rocket. Purple are off like a rocket. Who isn't off like a rocket?
Lime.
And Orange.
And Orange, yeah. So they're getting a bit squeezed.
Let's have a look at the team, which is a shell of themselves from when they started the season. And I'll tell you what, Orange won't be happy with the spawn either. Spawning next to Red and Purple sounds pretty terrifying to me.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
Red doing well to solidify their area as well, so they're in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Purple,
and look at this. Look at this. They're being eaten from both sides. This is going to be scary for Orange if Purple and Red both commit to this. This is going to be terrifying. But let's have a little look at Lime because it's going even worse for Lime Green. They came second in the previous game. Thoughts on their start?
Not nearly as great as last game. Last game they had a decent start, and that kind of set them up for the entire. They were left alone a little bit as well. Their map position's a lot better, I'd say, than some of the ones they've had. Probably not last game, but some of the other games they've had.
Yeah.
But Red could be a danger to them. He's trying to squeeze his way. He can squeeze there. OG will take it, don't worry.
So we've got Red in the lead. Behind them, we've got... Sorry, no, I'm lying. We've got Purple in the lead. It's very close between Purple and Red. With Sky following just behind.
As well.
What's that, sorry?
Purple still have some area to take as well. They've just left some of it just completely blank. Red are pushing into Orange as well, though.
Red are pushing into Orange. Red... Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. I wasn't looking at the same area you were looking at.
And Orange seem to be countering.
Red are looking like they want to take this as well.
I don't know. I think they need to choose here. What they're going to do. Is it Orange? Is it Lime? What?
Should probably go watch the team myself. Right, 20%. Purple are up to. They're in the lead. It's looking like it's going to be a Purple having a good game this time. Because, oh, hello. Early trap. Not what you want early on. Very poor from Sayuntu to get trapped there. Oh, and
that's
even
poor.
worse by Antima. Very unexpected. That'll be, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that'll be only their second death of the season. And Sayuntu getting trapped again? What is he doing?
I have no idea here. I mean, there's an argument for lag against Antima's.
No. Well, yes. Agreed. Fine. But Sayuntu?
No, that's just
stupid.
Either very ballsy or very poor, and I can't imagine it's ballsy.
Well, I mean, there was no balls to be shown. No, that I saw.
Gotta cut him off.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
How on earth do
Wow.
Orange allow that to happen?
Horrific. Genuinely awful.
Sunny went the wrong direction as well. He should have gone and cut him off from the other side as he was travelling back up to the north. I'm not sure what Bahu was doing with the TP swipe there, trying to probably seal it back up again, but he teleported before it had even broken, so
yeah,
it was pretty poor.
Few deaths being exchanged as well. He and Pepsi.
Linker on the scoreboard already.
Pepsi, ex-captain, was the captain of Red when they started the season. Not the captain anymore. Step down. And what else do we have? We have Lime Green looking even worse.
They're getting eaten from the inside unless somebody's just crashed there. No, it is. Sky Blue somehow TPing in, I guess. Lukey's trapped.
Keeping 4 of them busy while the base gets eaten alive.
Not a lot of damage to his own base, so
it's a bit messy by Sky Blue, though. You must admit, this feels quite easy to recover from.
Yeah, they've got a hell of a lot of area left to take as well, though. So in reality, they should be at about 18%, not the 13 that we're looking at on the scoreboard. Sorry, the 17. So they could be well up there.
Yeah, I think they're probably around 20%, 22%, 21%.
Yeah, well, they were.
But the base is messy.
It's
very messy. And this is looking like it's going to be an old-fashioned scrap with Lime
It's going to be a very scrappy fight with Lime, and I think Red might come in for a bit of a squeeze on the area when it gets to
maybe
stage.
Although I think Red have committed to Orange. And once you're committed to Orange, you're committed to Orange for the long run. Fight with Orange lasts a long time. Don't think that's going anywhere.
Orange getting pushed by Purple as well now from the southern border. They're under pressure.
Poor camera skills by me. Not spotting that. Bahu crashing, what we can only assume to be lag.
Spinner sub Samco back in.
It's a messy game so far, isn't it?
Yeah, very much.
Purple up to 23% now.
Orange forward. Orange have had no choice but to react to Purple and just kind of let Red get away with it a little bit. Let's peel some fighters off. That's
Red splitting their attention now, and Orange simply do not have the numbers to deal with these attacks.
We have Dark Green coming into the mix as well. They seem to be poking some area out of Purple.
Dark Green now making moves. What sort of moves?
Quick to shut that one down, though.
Yeah, looks like Purple have got it all under control. All under control. They don't look too worried about this. They're not really going very far. Brilliant, good layering.
Yep.
Decent layering. I won't say good, but decent. Good enough to slow them down. Enough for them to recover the situation. It's looking like a pretty decent base for Dark Green again.
Would be. They do need to fill in that gap though before somebody gets a bit adventurous with the TP.
Yeah,
It's a whole other
this
team could spawn into there.
this is staying open a little bit too much now.
Yeah.
I would.
So what is that? They're trying to manage the percentage a little
Okay.
bit.
Well, I think what they're doing now is they're giving this guy some level.
Yeah.
Who's joined.
Samco came in late as well, so maybe that was pre-planned, as in, hey, you just go in, Samco's going to be late or something like that. Could be.
Pass. Don't know. I find it hard to believe that something like that was pre-planned, but you never know.
It's not the first time that in fact, they've done it the last couple of games, really, to leave that area just out in the open. But it's just a little too long for me. 10 minutes into the game now, that area needs to be sealed up.
Yeah, it's too far now. Agreed. Can be a good strategy early on, but they're past early on now.
3 of the top leading teams at the moment in quite close proximity to each other percentage-wise.
So what's gone wrong for Orange? They've just been so poor over the last several weeks.
I think they've had the run of good spawns as well, where obviously the spawns interchange every map. I think they're coming to the bottom of the barrel in terms of map spawns, where they're all difficult now for them. It's no excuse.
Yeah, but it's like they're not even getting like a jump on any. Look, everybody's getting a jump on them. Everybody's quicker than them.
Yeah, they used
Do
to
you
be
know what I
able
mean?
to
They just feel
incrementally
slow off the blocks.
Yeah, they used to be able to incrementally just level up, grind it out, and just take little bits here and there. But they just seem to be getting bogged down with fights really early on now, and not able to kind of pull away from them. And
I don't think too much. But I don't think too much has changed from like the 10-15 minute period. From after the 10-15 minute mark, I think pretty much every game has been the same for Orange. I don't think that's changed. The thing that's changed for me is the first 10-15 minutes. That has been much slower than they used to be. They get to a point. They're 13 points. They're 13% behind the first spot.
Yeah, that's not great.
You can't recover that. And Trainmaster dies. Pepsi also dying. Poor from the both of them. DF dying. Poor this. Very messy. Not what you expect to see from the 2 top teams. Well, 2 of the top teams.
Lots of trades.
Certainly 2 of the favourites.
Very need to set their borders quickly now. Trainmaster needs to kick back into it.
Antima clone, interesting. I don't. Is that normal for Antima? Is that new? I
wouldn't have thought so. No, yeah. Not seen Antima with clone in a while.
Evolving. I do believe clone is a step up from dual shot if you use it correctly. I don't think it's a step up for everybody. Much harder to use, but can be more effective if used correctly.
I think Red need to identify who their threat is now for the season, not just the game.
Is it Orange? Threat? Everybody's 2 points within 2 points of each other. I don't know who the threat is.
Oh, well, I think if Purple can get this win plus the cough, that puts them in a commanding position for the rest of the season. There's only 1 game left after this, so at some point they're going to have to turn their attention to that and address it.
Yeah.
So is every other team.
And it's looking like Purple are switching there. Purple doing exactly what you're saying. From the flip end. Purple are switching tactics. And this is where it gets very wrong very quickly.
Well, I like that a little bit because they can afford to give Orange some percentage here. They can afford to give Orange some growth and get them back in the game a little bit to keep Red busy, whilst they can then. So what they're doing is they're changing Red's attitude a little bit. They're forcing their hand, forcing them to come into the game away from Orange, and kind of allowing them that little gap to take the area away from Red without them really being able to do anything about it.
And Red have just noticed, and this is where the panic sets in. You realise, oh God, what are we going to do?
Yeah, purple are really offensive as well. So by now they've got a great opportunity to reinforce the entirety of the base and make it really difficult for them to lose that 24% they've got. And as we know, not a lot of these top tier teams, not a lot of them die very often. This game might be an exception to that.
Yes, it does feel like it's an exception. There's been a lot of poor deaths so far from the top teams, and again, Trainmaster. Should be getting a good kill though.
What can Polly do here? Shut this down.
Just slowing them down. We do like Palinka. We're big fans. Great hybrid. And Red, just dealing with multiple things at once here, and they are in very dangerous territory. This is very messy.
Yeah.
But it's sort of it looks really scary to me. It doesn't look pretty, does it?
No, some predictions coming in chat as well. Bomber says he has a feeling Lime might get wiped first. I don't disagree with that at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, first, I don't know who's going to get second, but that's a big kill. Big kill by... Oh, and another chain death. This is going quickly. MROP, also known as Dilly Dilly, I believe, Mini Dilly, something like that, I believe.
Yeah.
Getting a counter kill. And we've got somebody who's very quiet, who's joined the commentary team in Hero.
Sorry, I just woke up again. I need to prioritize my wake up.
All right. You got up from your slumber. Have any good dreams?
Game 9.
Game 9, yeah. What did you see? Who's the winner?
I don't really know, but...
What did your dream tell you?
Such a cheesy answer.
What did my dream tell me? I don't know, but dreams aren't a source of fact. So let's watch the rest of the game and see what's going on. We've got red here, we've got orange
That's
here.
a boring answer.
Yeah.
No.
That's a great segue.
Not good enough. Not good enough. And no, we're not accepting that as a segue either.
Yeah.
Not letting you get away with that. Right.
Let's have a recap of the percentages then. So Lime haven't really changed from their 5% that they've stuck at now. Their base is a little tidier now, but a few deaths really not helping their case.
Looking like Red has sort of got away with it. Purple have sort of switched their attentions by the looks of it.
Where are they at?
Dark green are just...
Oh.
Could they be all over here?
Looks like they're just
Few of
fleeing
them
across
off
the
team.
borders.
Few of them are. I think the rest of them are orange, I'm guessing. No, maybe not. Some of them at sky blue.
Wow. So they really are.
And they are
the leaders.
I'll tell you where they're going.
Yep.
What happens when you leave it open too long? Purple should punish. You should get punished for this. You shouldn't be allowed.
They obviously are watching the stream as well, which they,
rightly so.
do.
Rightly so.
Source of information for them, albeit on a delay. You've
Absolutely.
delayed yourself here. Somebody needs to go back and cut that off right now.
Yeah, no, I remember early on in season 3, we learned very quickly that if you don't watch the live stream, you're at a major disadvantage. And other teams will punish you for it.
Big gap opened up in Purple's base as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think people have realised quite how close Sky Blue is to Purple. Because Sky Blue are sitting on a good 2.5%, 3% there.
Somebody can get trapped here? I think somebody's in there.
Jay.
Go on board and watch.
Yeah,
This is going to cause a lot of trouble and a lot of scare for Purple. How do they react?
Oh, come on. What is he doing?
He's just wasting time here, wasting their time here.
Yeah.
He's not going to gain anything from it in terms of percentages, but he is going to distract people a little bit and maybe enable a little bit of a gateway for the rest of the players to kind of jump in.
Absolutely. I'm going to...
Oh, the speed boost.
Look what's going on behind them.
He's now trapped in.
They're attempting to recover. And I've lost him.
Well, he did that for his own
left.
fruition. Yeah, he did that by not placing any towers cleverly, albeit he didn't get away with it. He was able to just travel to the west undetected.
And there's a strong argument in these sort of situations sometimes, just not shoot bullets. Because you tried. Because all you're doing is just showing them where you are. Yeah, so there's sometimes it's best in those situations not to actually shoot.
But look how many people... Try and lose them. Look how many players that distracted for that amount of time, though. What,
exactly.
Or so, 3 players, 1 life sacrificed, no dark green area lost.
It's a really high risk strategy. I'm not sure they quite made the most of it, dark green, but they're trying to. They're trying to gain stuff. It feels. Do you know what it's missing? It feels a little bit messy. Just
on everybody's
messy attack.
Yeah.
From an attack perspective, it doesn't feel very organised, does it?
Quick update on Sky Blue's area. They are listening. Clearly,
they are listening, and they've gone for it. And as we said, they're right up there. We've got all of that.
They got it, but the land is way too unlayered.
Yeah, well, nobody should be getting there, so it should be fine.
Well, we've seen it before this season and last.
Yeah.
Obviously, previous seasons as well.
Got to watch for those telegates.
People can get a bit tricksy
later in the game, but you're all right for now. Wave is looking a little bit dodgy there. Sort of gets away with it.
He's got that.
No, he didn't.
He should have been able to hold that a little bit better as well.
Yeah.
Where's Lukey as a builder when you need him?
Making that look a little bit difficult.
Might be adjusting to, the new land, the new whole setup. He does have a new PC, so don't know if that'll impact.
We're in that stage now where everybody's just settled in a little bit. They've found the border lines, and now it becomes a bit tedious to kind of take area. So this is where you're after kills more than anything.
Yeah, well, this is where you start wanting to get your attacking structure should be on point. You should be looking for your pincers. You want to be into losing their shield. You want to be either getting in as one big group and trying to work towards a target, or splitting up into 2 groups and getting some pincers off. Timing your dual shots and your stack and your bullet stacks as a team.
But can Orange capitalize on their setup? Because they seem to have more hypes this game and last game specifically. You got Unteamer and Palinka, very strong hypes as well. That as a pair, or even separated, they can do some damage with their bullets. They obviously have this game as well.
There's a small dig into Redland. Is that? No, into Orange.
Let's go on board with Bahu and watch this fight. It's looking like it's been very even. If anybody's won anything, it's looking like a little bit of red. But if you were going to give a winner, it wouldn't be to either of them. I think both teams have lost out of this battle. It's not helped either of them. They're both top teams. And 2 top teams fighting out in this format. It's going to be a draw.
Vane Prod says, Andy Man, good commentary. No love for the rest of us? Really?
Oh.
I think you credit Andy Man with too much.
It's all right.
Too much
I think
praise.
I played Diffuse with him yesterday. So
you're bribing him.
well,
Wow.
yeah. See, these are the tricks of the trade that you just don't understand. Right. Should we have another look at Dark Green? Because they're slowly progressing, very slowly, but they are progressing. And Sky Blue have taken the lead in this game away from Purple.
Just on Dark Green, they are holding their own, which is, again, stark difference to the start of the season. And I think maybe they're on a bit of a positive confidence boost from last week's game as well. Obviously, going into this, knowing that they are capable of winning the games is always going to be a good thing for the confidence.
I think
and now look at them; they're taking on one of the top tier teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Purple have been up and down this season. They've not been consistent. Consistency has not been their friend. But when they have played well, they've won. It's not really been much to say about it. When they play well, they win. When they play badly, they lose. They are a very up and down team. And
a couple have peeled off orange and red now. They're permanently fixed to dark green and what looks like sky blue as well.
Yeah, it's looking like there's not really any big moves going here. So as commentators, we're sort of struggling to find things to talk on because everything's very stable.
Messy.
Nothing's really changing. Sky Blue slowly progressing actually against Lime Green, however. Look at this. Look at them go. Bad Zane leading from the front. Progress being made against Lime. Lime dipping below 5% again. Sort of just. Do you think?
Yeah.
Who's your bet?
Feel it. Light green, lime.
Okay. Let's go on board with the culprit.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was going to say Israel, but yeah.
Corporate.
Yeah.
I didn't want to name drop.
Immediately.
It's all right. I mean, I said it before they died, so it's okay. And then they died. That's what we call good commentary teamwork.
I'll stick my crystal ball.
Oh, Rukshan sneaks in there, gets the kill. But how will Israel react?
And this is what we call rampant attack.
The Blitzkrieg is what it is. Another one as well.
Even better. And lime green dipping below 4%. Orange getting up to 10% for the first time in a long time this game. Progress is just... I shouldn't say progress because it's just back and forth between red and orange. No one's really going anywhere.
And Final Strike can't do anything really on his own here. Although, they really need to thicken that border up.
Ooh, well, hello.
Now they have Finale Stake tapped. But they need to keep this in. He's going to die next to his land. Why?
Why would you do that?
That's a bizarre decision. If you're that line player in that situation, you want to drag that out as long as possible. They've just made it easy for them.
Either that or you die way away from your base.
The one thing you don't want to do is go up against the other team, up against your base and die straight away.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Sky Blue extending their lead to 26.5%. If
Don't know what's happening.
anything, purple are losing against dark green. Purple are not catching up.
Dark green just holding them off too well.
And I think this is where we should say, right, that the one of the reasons, not just the red being a little bit what happened with red last game taking the headlines, it was a little bit of they had quite an easy game, dark green.
Yeah.
In this game, in the last game. This, however, is completely different. This is not easy.
This is them on the
very
forefront.
difficult.
Yeah.
And this is in my mind, this is a more impressive performance than last game.
Yeah, 100%. Being able to take on top tier. Don't forget, Purple have won titles. They've won more than one. They've won
Plural.
2. Yeah. So they're a top tier team. The team hasn't really changed that much from when they were a different color, which I can't remember what color they were. But they're not an easy team to defeat. They're not an easy team to get kills on. They're not an easy team to take land from either. They've got some tried and tested methods as well. If you can cut through them, or at least hold your own against them, then you can consider yourself on par with them at the very least, if not better.
Yeah. I think it's a
2.8% now for Lime. It's looking a bit thin.
We're gonna have to switch away just as there is some deaths going on over there, but decisions to be made as the cameraman. And this is looking at
almost fully cut off that section of land, and it's left for them as well. There's no real red threat there.
No. Did I see a red player? I did see a red player, but Mimes is just reinforcing. Won't be taking any land here. This is
big hole.
For me, this is the best I've seen Sky Blue play. I've not been impressed by Sky Blue this season. I think they've been
quiet. They've been under the radar.
I don't think they've been brilliant, but this has been a much better performance so far. It's still not been perfect. We've still had a few deaths in there, which have,
I just think they've been. We haven't really seen much action from them, and yet they're still right up there in terms of points as well. That's completely flying under the radar for me.
Which, under the current setting and format of the Elite Tournament, that's sort of how you want to do it. You don't want to have everybody know about you and think, well, they're too good, let's stop them. You want to think, they might be there, but, are they really,
Are they a bigger threat? And yeah, maybe they are.
That's how you want to be, They've got everyone else right where they want them.
It's halfway through now. It's time for Orange to do something. Pull something out the bag. Because they've got to turn around the 10%.
Nothing's happening. It's red back and forth. Both teams are losing. This is where, as a team captain, you're thinking, look, we're both losing. It's not helping either of us. I'm saying, right, someone DM their captain and just right, let's just spin at them. Don't even DM them, just spin at them. Be like, this is wasting both of our times. You don't want to attack us. We don't want to attack you. Spin. Yeah. Try and get both of you to agree to switch to a different team. Because both of you are losing right now. Sure, Orange might gain another 0.5%, but it's going to take another 15-20 minutes.
I think that kind of approach would definitely be in Red's best interest, being double Orange's
that's big bad lag. And he doing a superb job. Brilliant job by he. To really shut that bridge off. Great positioning. But yeah, I think Orange are gaining some momentum, but again, it's too slow. It's just too slow. I mean, let's look at it. Who are they trying to catch up? They're trying to catch up to dark green, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there's 2% away. I mean, they can do that. Obviously, they can. Of course, they can. But yeah,
I think that's achievable, but their objective shouldn't be to win this game. Their objective now should be, on most of the teams, to be honest, should be how do we progress in the season? Are we going to settle for second, third, fourth place even? Or are we actually going to go for the win? If you're going to go for the win, got to pull something out the bag here and find nearly 15%.
They're at the point now where fourth place ain't good enough. If you get fourth place, that's you done. There ain't no coming back from. Can Orange mathematically win the season, even if they get, let's say they get fourth place?
Which would
Can
give
they still
them
even mathematically win?
3 points, put them on 35. Let's say Purple get 7 points, so on par 4 at the moment. That would put them on 38. Yeah, they could mathematically win next game. I don't think anything's off the table. Even if they lost, I think they can still mathematically catch up with anybody, depending on the next game. It's just this close. We were expecting, obviously, for this stage in the game, in the season, for teams to have a little bit of a gap between them, but it's just remained so neck and neck.
Yeah, I think that's not really to do with that all of the teams are just as good as each other. I think that's more to do with the fact that
the format.
It's the format. And not necessarily the format. I think it's the balancing. I think it's the attacking team is equally as powerful as the defending team, and that sort of evens everybody out. Which, from a spectator standpoint, is great. You don't know who's going to win, and everything's really close.
Absolutely.
But I think from a contestant standpoint, makes it harder to shine.
Do I see Purple trying to dig into Sky now?
Yep.
Your eyes don't deceive you.
And they're taking.
And this is what... And can we just also say, this is poor. This is horrific. This is horrific.
And don't forget, that takes them right down to the border as well. If they had any kind of inkling right now, they'd go right to that border and just charge. Build a big wall.
Yeah. Purple are being poor right now. This is poor. This is poor. This is where you've got to just...
Charge. Go and take that area. It's open.
Much better than what I was going to say. I don't want to get us banned. But yeah, you need to go right in there because this is not... You look at that.
Yeah.
They should be making... going to stay that bad.
They should be making radio calls, phone calls, DMs to get the rest of the players and go, hey, stuff Dark Green right now. They're going to be slow to take our area. We could take an extra 10%.
Leave 2 builders there.
Yeah.
We can win this game here and now.
And Sky Blue, I think they're asleep at the wheel a little bit there.
Yeah.
Too busy focusing on the scraps of Lime. In reality, that's only 1.44%.
And look, it's too late. It's too late. You've taken too long. What is Golden Nugget doing? Why are you there?
That's the toughest area you could be digging.
That's really poor. That is really poor, that Purple. I'll go as far as to say that's horrendous. Very disappointing.
Yep. 100%.
What could have been?
I think the only argument I can see for not doing that would be that you don't want to put a radar on a target on your back this early into the game, but they're not that far. They've got to take the win here. They're 2% behind. You're
6% ahead of your closest competitor. Go. I mean, okay, fine. Let's say Dark Green gained 2.5% off you, but you gained 5% off Sky Blue. That's perfect.
It seals it just gives them the excellent level that they'll need to go into the season finale as season winners. They've just lost the season by not doing that.
It is a big loss against somebody who's in front of them as well.
And now Sky Blue able to react, able to identify the fact that, oh crap, we're a bit weak there.
Yeah,
quickly beef this up.
You don't get opportunities like that twice.
No.
Bad saying, being very risky but worthwhile. Speeding things along.
They've got
I can't get over how bad that was.
Yeah, no, I can't as well. Especially from a team like Purple, you expect them to really spot things like that. You know, very disappointing for a top team to not identify.
There is a
that.
death from Purple on the right, though.
Tato dying.
They get that land back quick.
Oh, that's
and yet
such a
another
shame,
one
though.
from
And
Rasta.
that's going to be 2. Unless
That's a
Toxic
cutoff.
can really make waves and Flying can push, but
Standing,
Queen
he's
blocks them
talking.
off.
He's
Oh,
you should help your friend, not stand and type.
oh, they both.
R.I.P. Flying.
Good play by Cat Queen to just block them off.
Yep.
But I think they probably could have escaped there if they had been a bit more on top of it between the two of them. Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna. Dark Green have been superb.
Yeah.
They've beaten Purple. They've gained land off them. They've gained percent off them.
I think they've rattled them a little bit as well. Where I don't think Purple were quite. This might explain why they just aren't alert enough to see those golden opportunities, because they just seem a bit rattled. They're not able to progress properly.
Yeah, and whatever happens, that's an opportunity that you have to be taking.
Yeah.
Always worth the risk. Something like that's always worth the risk. But yeah, I think Dark Green have maybe made it a bit harder for them to go all in for an attack like that.
Should we have a look at red and orange? See what's up there.
Let's, because Orange have been slowly gaining land, but as we said, like, sure, they might gain another half. Orange might gain another 0.5% against Red, but it's going to take 15 minutes. Ain't nobody got time for that. What's the point? What is the point? The answer? Well, not much, but they're still going at it. Still going at it. See Red trying to time their dual shots and stacks, etc., but being held off very well.
Just not enough firepower against this many builders as well, and it's pretty even amongst the two teams. It's just Red have had a pretty good start as well. I think there's an equal number of deaths, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
relatively, I'd say.
Sure. Might be slightly one more for Red, maybe, but pretty even, yeah. It's hard to know because of clone as well.
What's that phrase? Unstoppable object, immovable force, one of those. Something like that, anyway.
Yeah. Right. This is going absolutely nowhere. And I'll tell you a team who is going somewhere. It's lime green, and it ain't somewhere pretty.
Oh, there's only one direction they should be heading in at this kind of level.
Yeah.
Think they've got the right idea.
I don't know if they have yet.
Well, they've gone as close as I think.
I think they've been forced this direction. I don't think they've gone this direction.
Okay. It could go for how far away are they?
Not far.
No. So they're just in spitting distance.
Yeah, maybe they're just leaving it for a little bit, but I don't know about that. And bit poor by Sky Blue not to.
I like that. No, I like that.
I don't.
I
know why you like it.
Yeah.
But it's just free territory. You're just leaving free territory.
Yeah, it's tiny amounts though, and they can kind of afford it at this stage to have that buffer.
It's not a buffer though. It's not a buffer though. It's just free territory. Yeah, I wouldn't call that, but this is a buffer.
No, but I mean, it's also a signal that you can move away from that area and trust that it's going to remain until, all you have to do is keep an eye on the minimap then. You don't have to constantly look at your own or evaluate your own border. You can just look for that colour. Once that colour disappears, you're in trouble.
Right. This is looking like this is going to be a very, 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 very long slug.
Yeah, they clearly want the wipe, but if they're going to get the wipe, they need to split this area in half again.
Yeah, no.
And force them into a single direction.
They're making a move. Are they making a move?
I don't know.
They look like they're making a move to me.
Looks like they're thinking, they're talking, they're discussing. What are they going to do?
Oh, I don't know what they're doing. Are they just trying to extend their land a little bit? Is there maybe going AFK?
Isra and Fussy are having a bit of a chat.
Yeah.
Coming up with a plan, maybe.
What to do? There's not much to do, if I'm honest. There's not really much to discuss.
Well, they've got 1 point regardless.
I mean, I don't think me and Mr. Jack even haven't said one word about the cough yet, but we've both spoken about it multiple times without saying it, and we know what we're talking about.
Telepathy.
We didn't need to say it.
Oh, but there goes SW3 and
Red coming in there for the kill as well. Interesting. Of Red finally making the switch away from Orange.
Let's see who's going to capitalize more off this situation. Oh, we almost saw a wave death there, but now what?
And they should give Lime a bit of breathing room. They're going for it. They're heading for it. Not all of them, but
Red have no real incentive to kind of wipe Lime right now.
No.
No real threat to them. They're keeping
the exact opposite.
Yeah, they're keeping Sky very busy. And now they've peeled off from Orange, so they can afford to give Orange a bit of breathing space as well, as we know.
That's the full team.
They've got to do something about the area. But meanwhile, dark green and purple.
I'm just going to have a little bit of a look.
So there is still a bit of a battle there.
There is still a battle going on. Orange haven't switched. Red might have switched, but Orange haven't. Interesting.
I think what they want to do at this stage, I think what Orange's objective here is let's tidy the border up a bit, get it a bit more of a straight line so there's no big cliff like that. And then they can evaluate a move. But they can't do it while there's a big red dot poking into their base, because that's just an invitation for Red.
I think Orange might be a bit stubborn there. Where am I going?
I think if they hurried up, they'd be able to seal that off and then reevaluate the decision.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
I think if Red go for
stay on that one.
If Red are going to go for Sky, which clearly that seems to be their intended target, and if then Orange then can manage to peel off and go for Purple from the top, then that flips the tables a little bit. But we're running out of time now. We've got 13 minutes left of the game. They've got to make some moves.
Someone has to make some moves. Where are dark green? Are dark green on? Are they playing right now? Here they're playing. They have lost some territory to purple. Purple have closed the gap a little bit on Sky Blue. Sky Blue's sort of slowed down after going for a team that's got next to no % left. That's the problem. They're trying to wipe the team.
Who's done that? Is it Red? Orange. Okay.
Orange aren't giving up this fight. They're not giving up.
Yeah, it's just
it's
a bit painful now.
In my mind, this is the wrong thing to be doing. Now, they'll probably come forth, but I still think you're better off switching.
Limar going for cough.
You're better off switching if you're Orange. And Orange and Lime Green doing what they should do. There's no point spending that much time capturing the Koth right now. But alright.
Powter needs to worry about the bigger picture rather than just taking the cough that's not going to stick.
It's not last minute.
Don't waste your time, mate. Come on.
Yeah, those towers are not going to stand. Yeah, I think Orange are wasting the times here. This is poor. Somebody on that Orange team with all that experience needs to be making that call.
Hurry up and get this. Then they can.
There's one player there. Somebody go for it. Oh God, the pain.
Right,
Speed
now
up.
can they convince Jet to peel off? But well, that's not going to happen if they're now breaking through at the top of their base as well. So they are committed to red at this stage.
They're going for them, but like it's so slow. It's not worth it. Switch. You're much better off switching. Go for purple. Try and take them out.
Lime are really fortifying this cough now. Starting to break purple up from the inside as well.
Nimes needs to cover that. Cover that. Yeah, they've got it covered.
Need to take as much.
This is a long slug.
Yeah, they need to reinforce as much as possible now. They've got 11 minutes left of the game, and it won't be long before some other teams decide that they want a piece of that pie.
Yeah. I think that's a bit of an area there by Orange. They'll probably end up getting fourth place, I would think, but
yeah, I would have thought.
I think they need to be more ambitious than that.
Their border now is nice and straight. It's the perfect time to peel off, to just convince Jet that now is the time, not the time for us to fight. But again, just he breaks again. Red's just broken a little bit.
Dark green are recovering against purple. They have recovered, and Sky Blue extend their lead to 4%. Very impressive game so far by Dark Green, it must be said.
Where are purple at then? What are they doing? There's two there. There's one.
There's two there.
On the left side.
Interesting moves.
Are they near cough? They must have reacted to the cough.
Yeah.
So they're just protecting their interests a little bit there in the last 9 minutes.
And again, while Orange can't see this, it's yet another reason to be going for purple. Purple have got two teams attacking them right now.
They'll be very busy in the last 10 minutes as well.
Yeah, this is where you expect a team to crumble under pressure. Don't get so stuck in your ways. You have to be prepared to change and adapt in the middle of a game.
Maybe they see that the area is, a bit thinner up there, and if they can just make it there, it's less layered, but it's still too slow.
Too slow.
By the time they actually get through to it, it's been reinforced, and... don't do this.
Wait, that was a clone.
Yeah, but it's a waste of a clone. It's a waste of a clone.
You just got to be a team player. You can't be messing around.
There is progress to be made now. There is progress to be made.
They don't see
This is where Red needs to really... They do see it. Red really need to be switching a player up there right now because that's not pretty.
Purple have them
split. Hello.
Wow.
Sion 2 coming from behind, making a big impact. So the camera making an even worse impact.
Can we get there when the bullets drop?
Oh, this is big.
That's going to be broken.
This is big.
Yeah. I think it's time to call it, Sunny, and he. Time to go back.
The mistake has been made.
So
There's no teleport. Sanitarium doesn't get out of there. Numbers dies as collateral damage.
Sunny needed to have moved back.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Now is the time that you can parade. Now you've put yourself in that position in the first place. That's poor.
Oh, Jet. Oh. Dangerous.
That's a fun watch.
So ultimately, they've made a choice. They're sticking to the guns, and they're coming off worse. Errors. Oh, errors. And by poking into red as well, you kind of force red's hand to deal with you. They were a little bit busy with Sky. So now you've forced them to kind of retaliate and come back and defend.
And I think people are forgetting here. Red were joint first place with Sky Blue. Sky Blue are in first place again. People are forgetting where Sky Blue's position is in this season. If people want to have a chance of winning this season, them is placing where they need to be attacking right now. There's 4 teams in it right now, and the team who is in first place is in first place again.
Oh, but it's spotted. Game. It's spotted.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Sky Blue are 4% in the lead, and they are being let off the hook by pretty much everybody. Orange is making the error. Purple are kind of letting them do their thing because Lime Green are sort of trying to go for them.
Another orange death as well. Palinka fall into Pepsi's sword this time.
And it's just...
Further up?
Oh, right.
Wow, I can't see what's going to change in the last 5-6 minutes now to take 4% off Sky, unless Red re-strategized massively to try and put them. But even that, I don't think that's in their interest.
They tried, and Orange weren't prepared to switch away.
Yeah,
and it was incorrect. It was incorrect from my opinion for Orange not to switch away. But that doesn't matter. It's forced Red's hand to refocus.
You're right. Red and Orange are the only losers in that battle.
Yeah. And we were saying how we believe that Orange can still get 4th place, but Dark Green are having a superb game. They've regained what they've lost against Purple. Purple are nowhere to be seen when it comes to getting first place. It's all been taken back by Dark Green and having a superb game. And not just that, they've got a great platform to look at pushing Purple even further.
Correct. Can we maybe shift over to the COF now and see whether or not...
Is it time?
I think that it'll be a great win for, or at least a great salvage of a point if Lime can hold that.
It doesn't look
Nobody seems to... Oh, there's a little bit of poking, but they're in the wrong area for a start.
If I was Purple right now, the interest, unfortunately, is not on the COF. This looks not worth it to me. I'm looking, hold this off and try and go for Purple. If you possibly can.
A Purple likely to lose 5% now, and a Red likely to gain.
But equally, they're not going to get the COF either, so let it go. You're better off letting it go.
Yeah, I guess there's no real sense of danger giving an extra point away to Lime. They are currently last in the season. I don't think they have mathematically a chance of winning.
No, I think with all due respect to Lime, this is not where the fight belongs. This is not where the fight is with Purple right now. This is not where the fight is. All they're doing is wasting your time, as far as Purple should be concerned.
Yeah, but Lime, fair enough. They're still playing for points, which is what we want to see from teams.
Oh, absolutely. Lime Green are doing absolutely the right thing.
Yep.
I just think Purple need to reprioritize and think, yeah, it might be the COF, but as long as they've got it, nobody else has it, which is a more important thing to think about.
So let's have a look at what Lime actually need then. So, sorry, I mistakenly said Lime were in last place. They're not. They're in 5th. It's Dark Green still in last place, 19 points. If you're Lime, they're not a million miles away from laddering up a little bit. They need one of the big 4 to have a bad game and them to get some points. So even if they got 2 points from this one, 27 points, can they really still... I mean, they could technically, I guess, get fourth place maybe.
The top 4 are still, in the top 5 positions this game.
I mean, for the season, So their objective shouldn't be for 5th place at the moment. Their objective should be at least 4th place, because no point settling on 5th when you can go for 4th. So it's just, how do you get there?
Yeah. Oh, that
that's
is
not going to help.
That's opened it all up for Sky Blue to go even further.
And that's really handed that to them on a gift plate.
There wasn't much going on, it must be said. There wasn't much danger. Well,
2 minutes
there
left
is
in the
now.
game.
Purple now see potentially this could now be worth it for them.
So is it Purple's interest now? Are you denying Sky Blue the point? Clearly gifting the game to them. They've dropped points, and
Yes.
Sky Blue have grown in points as well, by the way, in percentage. So it's a denial for Sky that you want, really.
I think if you're Purple, unfortunately for Purple, they probably feel a little bit that they can't commit to this too hard because of Dark Green's been brilliant this game.
Oh,
That's
But
what
there's
I'm
war.
talking about. They're not targeting Lime right now. They're targeting Sky, and that's their
Well-
interest is to do that
Absolutely.
points wise.
But if they could commit more to this, I would say that it's the crunch time of the season. It's not about stopping others from winning. It's about
No.
winning yourself at this
Take
point.
some points.
Yeah.
So maybe their attention needs to focus and refocus now. Sorry, it's
Well,
a
it's not
situation
like-
where.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how many seconds left? Not many.
Not
many.
So
It's
it's all
too late
gone.
now. It's too late now.
It's not like anything too big happened. Oh, there was a dig down below into Sky from Purple. I doubt it was worth that much, but
Well,
yeah, no. It wasn't worth all too much.
wow. Not too much excitement at the end, it must be said. Lime Green salvaging 2 points from this game and the cough. Purple focusing on just stopping Sky Blue from getting anywhere near it. You could argue that, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, Dark Green were having a brilliant game, which meant that Purple couldn't quite fully commit to this. Otherwise, they should have 100% gone for the cough after Fussy Goat died. But unfortunately, I don't think they quite had the resources to fully commit to the cough. Not really much happening with red and orange. A waste of time for both teams. Some poor decision making on Orange's side, in my opinion, for not switching over earlier. Sky Blue, 7% ahead of anybody else this game. They were first place before this game started, side by side with red. Well, they're not side by side with anybody anymore. They will be points clear, multiple points clear, going into the next game. Thoughts? So I think they are Sky Blue will be 2 points clear. 2 points clear of red. 3 points clear of purple.
Just updating the sheet now, so we can just understand.
Yeah. I think it's quite a big gap going into the next game of the season. So if you're Sky Blue, all you have to do next game is get second. Get second, make sure nobody else gets the cough. That's what you have to do.
Hero, do you want to read out the scores? Have you got them on the
All
sheet?
right.
Or?
On the sheet for percentages?
No, the season scores. What people
All
want.
right. Did you just finalize them?
Yep.
All right, so we've got Lime 5th, 27 points. You know, first, kind of a strong debut season from them. Wasn't great in the start. Dark Green, 22. I feel like they're making up ground, but it's too late for them. Red, 37. They're sitting in second here, and you know, they've got to have a huge game next if they're going to take this. Bloody Orange, 34. That's 4th place. It's pretty much make or break for them. I don't see them getting that win next game, unfortunately.
Don't think it's mathematically possible for them to win.
Orange, I think their season's over now, isn't it?
Somebody better than me is going to have to double check that, but I don't
7
think
points.
it's mathematically. No, but it's not that. No, it's not that because you can't have 3 other teams last place, can you?
No.
So I don't think mathematically they can win.
If Lime and Dark Green come up and win the game in second place, Sky Blue came last, and Orange took the cough as well. It's such a long shot.
So
all the stars have to align, basically.
Orange would have to come first. So that means they would gain
plus cough
3 points on any other team, which would get them up to what?
They get 7 points if they got the cough. That'll be 41 total.
But yeah, that still wouldn't be enough.
Well, it would be enough to beat Sky Blue.
Oh no, sorry.
If they came last and scored just 1 point on 40. So mathematically,
but it wouldn't be enough to beat Red though.
Red, if they came fifth.
It wouldn't be enough.
Then they'd earn 2 points. They'd get 39. So it would be enough. And if Purple then came fourth, they'd earn 3 points. That'd be 39. So the Orange's only shot is if Lime and Dark Green win, or trade first and second place, and Sky come dead last, and Orange take the win completely with the cough as well.
A lot of events that have to happen for one of the favourites of the season to win, which will be extremely disappointing for them. They made some tactical errors this game. Do you want to continue reading out these scores?
Yeah. Okay. So Purple's got 36 points. They're sitting in third. It's been an up and down season for them, but to be honest, I think they could have done better. Some small mistakes led to them being third at the moment. But yeah,
we'll do the analysis.
Yeah, and then
we'll get to that.
Sky Blue, 39. Under the radar the entire season, and they're just doing whatever they need to. Getting 4, 3, 6, 5, 2, 5, and they haven't gotten any hills. I'd like to mention that. They haven't gotten any hills. It's their points have been solely based on their land. And they've been
looking at their I'm just looking at their percentages as you read them out. They've had what, 1, maybe 2 bad games? I mean, they weren't. I mean, one game they came second to last, so 5th place, and then in another game they came 4th. That's the only 2 times they've finished outside of the top 3.
Yeah, they're just flying under the radar.
So hold on. Game 1 they came 3rd. Game 2 they came 3rd. Game 3 they came 4th. Fine.
Well, hang on. No. Stop there. Game 3. So they've done what? A third, and a 4th.
They've came top 3 every single game besides 2 games.
Besides then, so start of the season, looking at Orange and Purple and Red being in the top 3 lots of the times as well, would you have then put Sky where they are now after their first 3 games and their results?
No, I still wouldn't. But they are.
But they are. They're so under the radar. They've had a good mid-season and nobody's really noticed.
I think the interesting thing about Sky Blue is the fact that they have got top 3 7 out of the 9 games, and that is what's done it for them. That is what has got them where they are, with points clear and a fair few points clear, it must be said, with 1 game to go. And I think the point system probably had a big impact on that. Yeah, I don't quite think I don't think they're as much of a complete team as the likes of Orange are or Red are, but they're good enough and they're consistent. and they fly under the radar, which has made a massive impact. Well. Let's go through the teams, shall we? Let's start off with Mr. Jack Lime Green.
Jack.
Bad timing. Lime Green. I'll go for them. They had a pretty not great game. They had they got pushed from spawn quite harshly by Sky Blue. Really caught them off guard. Red were front-footed, but they kind of cut Red off. But they maybe focused too much on Red in the early game. We're a bit maybe scared by what they've done in the past few games. And Sky Blue came up right behind them and really pushed them back the whole game. And where they are this game, coming 5th place, is very much down to Sky Blue, really pushing them on the back, really putting them on the back foot the whole game. So yeah, they had a decent game, but I've seen teams finish off like this and have a much worse game. So I don't think people should be looking at the 1% and thinking, well, they did horrific. I think they did all right, to be honest. But yeah, just got off the back foot from the start, and it just didn't stop. Right, shall we go onto Orange Hero?
All right. They got pushed, and they did push. It happened. I didn't know what happened in the start, but it seems like they just didn't cut their focus off of Red, and that was just the move that didn't actually work out for them. It happened. I don't really know what I'm saying. They didn't peel off of Red, and that's what caused them to be 5th place, and it just wasn't a great move. They didn't advance much off of it. They could have gone for purple, but didn't. And I think they just need to be more aware of where everyone is. Like, the people surrounding you and the people on the team surrounding you. So if you can get land off of them, perfect. If you can't, stuff like that, I guess.
Right. And then let's go over to Dark Green. Mr. Jack, are you ready?
Yeah.
Dark Green.
Well, on the back of a phenomenal win last week, quite an impressive game for them. We've mentioned them a lot and we've praised them a lot this one, but rightly so. They've changed their game style quite significantly from game 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. The later start of the season is where they're starting to become a cohesive team together and starting to really understand how the game should be played in order to progress a little bit more. It didn't necessarily pay off this game, but the fundamentals were drastically different from what we saw in previous games. It was a really impressive game for them, being able to take away nearly 14% and up against one of the most challenging teams in the season as well, almost all of the game as well, and not just go up against them, but actually progress. And occasionally slip, occasionally have a few deaths or falters or traps or whatever. But then look how the board has ended up. They've taken it all back. They've been able to understand the dynamic of the season so far allows them to be in that position as well, where they know they can push them towards the later stages because they're going to be busy. I don't necessarily agree that they should have been on purple as much as they were. I think there was an element of they could have pushed into Sky as well. We all saw Sky's little bit of a foobar with the border and the lack of area. I think Dark Green could have identified that just as much as any other team, and they were obviously the closest ones to it. I think that might be a bit of an opportunity missed from their point of view as well. But so far, so good for them. In terms of tournament standings, obviously they're dead last place at the moment. They'd want to be hoping for 5th place. That seems to be what they're pushing for. I like what I see, and I think if this team with this dynamic uses that skills and what they've learned this season, they'd go from strength to strength next season and come out of it as a completely different team.
Much more impressive performance than their previous game.
Yeah.
Even though they won that game and they come fourth here. But it's more impressive in my mind. Right. Moving on to the next team, Red. Red, they had a pretty decent game. They had a decent spawn. It wasn't superb, wasn't amazing, but it was good enough. And then they went for orange, and that ended up being a terrible call. Orange is not the team you want to be attacking ever if you're looking to gain land. So that wasn't a great call to start off with. Then after that, they did all right against them. No one was really winning. Orange might have been winning, but you're talking 0.5% every 20 minutes. Doesn't really matter. And then they tried to switch to Sky Blue, which was, again, the right thing to do. They had a bit of luck, not much, but a bit of luck. And Orange did not make the decision to turn away from Red, rightly or wrongly. And that meant Red had to fully commit, otherwise it was going to get very dangerous very quickly. I think overall, Red had a pretty decent game, but sometimes, just the way it goes, they had to commit with Orange, and there wasn't much they could do about it. They could have probably got to maybe 9 to 20%, but I don't think they would have been able to compete with Purple anyway. So I think they made the best of the situation that they had this game, unfortunately. Orange really sort of pegged them back quite well this game. Moving on to Purple. Mr. Jack, do you want to take this?
I did want Purple, yeah. That's telepathy showing through again. Right, so this one's kind of conflicting for me. On the one hand, a good game for them. 2nd place, not to be sniffed at, and that's put them in not necessarily where they wanted to be by season end, but there or thereabouts. They didn't come into this as stark leaders. They're still not, so nothing really dramatic there. So overall, above average game from them. But this isn't about the game anymore. We're on game 9 of 10 now. This is about the season. And they just missed. I can't ignore the golden opportunity that they missed. Not taking that area from Sky that was very clearly exposed to them. If anybody's watching the stream or looking at the stream, the camera's spanned to it. They should have been able to see this clear as day, that there was a big, big, big gap that was right for the pick, and they could have gone right to the edge and just completely encircle the darkness with their border and take all of that area away from Sky Blue. And that would have, I think that would have put them on, nearly 30% and knocked the Smurfs down to 22, 23, something like that. So it would have put them in a commanding position to lead the tournament going into Game 10, which is exactly where they wanted to be, clearly. But I think that it's just a golden opportunity missed, and you just can't afford those opportunities to be missed. They just come around so rarely. I can't ignore it. I mean, individually, player-wise, not terrible. We've seen better performances from them, especially when they had this much land as well, where they were able to expand, reinforce the whole lot of it, so that the whole lot is just completely sheer. There was a lot of battles with Dark Green as well, and I think that put them a lot on the back foot. I don't think they were expecting that much strength from Dark Green. I think they were caught off guard. So yeah, sleeping at the wheel a little bit this game. This could have been. I think they've lost the season for themselves, and they've only got themselves to blame.
Absolutely, I think they were handed the opportunity on a silver platter and didn't take it. I think that's how we both feel on this one. Which is very uncharacteristic, because what you always consider with Purple is, are they the best team? No. But what do they always do? They always take advantage of the situations which are dealt to them. And they didn't.
It's just so out of character. I don't know whether that's
prime
the wrong
asset.
time to miss the one thing that their core skill sets and ignore.
I know. I mean, we don't consider when you think of Purple. I don't think either of us think, wow, they've got some amazing, superb hybrids and fantastic attacking gameplay. We don't really think of that. We don't really associate that with Purple. We don't think of superb builders and amazing defensive gameplay. We don't really associate that either with Purple. But what we do associate with them is taking advantage of the situations which are handed to them and not letting go.
And it works for them more often than not, which is why they're more often than not in the top X teams.
Yep.
This one was just a huge failure on their part from a season point of view. It feels really bad trashing a team that just came second in the game, but that's the reality of it.
It's unfortunately we're at the end. We're at the end of the season now. Second place ain't good enough. You know, a team like Purple is 2 of the last 3 seasons. They're looking to make it 3 of the last 4. Second ain't good enough.
Right, Andy?
May not be good enough for them, but it is good enough for Sky Blue, because
take it away.
They are going to need to get, I believe, only second place and hold that for the next game to either tie or win the season.
Just make sure it's second place and don't lose the cough.
Yep. That's 100% right. Sky Blue are in the lead after this game, and they could pull away with this. There's only 1 game left, and they have put themselves in an amazing position. It'll be interesting to see if they change something up before next game to hold that lead. And their expansion's going to have to be good. But there were some concerning things earlier in the game, such as the mass amount of open area, and Purple almost got into it.
I think they got lucky from that so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
That could have been a game changer for them, where they came 3rd or 4th or even 5th.
Oh, it could have gone badly quick. And not only that, it should have gone badly, because if you're Purple, you're thinking, get a TP digger in there. Last 10 minutes to go. You take them off first place, and you come first place, because that's how open it was.
Again, it just feels so trashy. It just feels so horrible, trashing the team that just won the game. But
it's all right.
They got quite lucky.
Yeah,
there was an element there. There was skillful stuff up the top that I can see from
Absolutely.
Lime anyway.
They fully applied pressure on Lime and didn't let go from the start. Sky Blue and only Sky Blue are the reason why Lime are in the position that they are this game, and you have to give them their props to that.
Yeah.
But you felt that they left themselves very exposed to the second place team, who are obviously at some point in the game going to attack you, and they never identified that. Fortunately, they got away. Well, fortunately for them, they got away with it. But yeah, sorry, take it away again, Hero.
Well, you analyzed it perfectly. It was quite a lucky win. We do see there that there was some open territory on Purple as they tried to dig in through, but not enough time. So I think if that was just opened, they could have lost like maybe... Okay, no, it's not that much. But in there is definitely a lot more. But they just needed to get a dig in quick, and they didn't.
Any TP digger. If any game was prime for a TP dig, this one was. Because it was identified very, very early as well. It was then identified middle of the game that it was still not reinforced. And then late game, it's still not reinforced properly.
They get these 3 towers about a 3.5% swing.
Yep.
Like, look at this. It's all the way around here.
Yeah.
It may not be Pretty Land, but it is sure a win. They're only one game off from being the winners of the season if they get second or better, or no hill. Yeah, and no hill. From being the elite tournament season 8 winners, the maestros of the season, as you will.
So that being said, who's your money on then? Because obviously we know last game strategies kind of beef up a little bit. People don't want them to get those points. So they're going to be targeted no matter which way you look at it because they're in such a dominant position. So who's your money on? Is it going to be Sky Blue? Do somebody else?
We're gonna see a lot of strategies be played out here. A lot of interesting ones, maybe. So we might see stuff come in and see a team just try to fully push. We could see Casamarata try to potentially take the whole map again, but we don't know about that. It's gonna be one hell of a game for us to watch, and I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, so next week, final game of the season to find out the winners. Sky Blue the ones to beat. It's looking like it's going to be between Sky Blue, Purple, and Red. It looks like Orange is out of the equation. Not completely out of the equation, but pretty much out of the equation. Right, we'll see you all next week. Bye.
See you later. Adios.
Goodbye.